how do you see your the end of the year for you? Like, do you looking like, to look forward? I wouldn't say that you have to look back, but it's important to also know what's back there, because this is what we learn from, right? So my question is, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, what is he saying? But I mostly get like 90%. But you should check it. When you look in the rear view of the last 2 years, right? So we've been in a pandemic. We've lost people. We've some of us, including me, have been sick. And how do you, if you would do a year in review of 2020 and 2021, and your achievements, could you just turn yourself into somebody completely new, or were you just beaten up by the year, or like how do you feel like before I tell about my own experience and how I see? I would love to know about you guys, like how this 2021, now that it's ending, and after 2022, I remember saying something, and it was a prediction, and that turned right. I was like, what if 2020 is just rehearsal for 2021? And actually, that's what happened. 2021 was worse than 2020. But I mean, no government is gonna have the courage. I mean, who knows? But no government is gonna have the courage to put people back on quarantine, because it would be. I mean, unless there's really a threat. But I think people would revolt. People are just tired of the whole mess, the whole thing. So we all had to adapt, because either you adapt or you gone, or you lose your job, or you lose whatever. And I would love to know, like, could you adapt to the new life, or could you? And when you see like 2021, do you see it more as a positive year for you, or do you see it as a negative year? Let me know in the comments while I'm drinking. Let me know, how do you see this year? J'attends. Hein? Personne ne veut répondre, quoi. Ah ouais, ok. What up, Malcolm Walk? My end of the year is just proof something. Always believe in God and never give up. It was an horrible year for me, but I know 2022 for me will be much better. A new beginning. Je ne l'ai pas rencontré. That was your year? So, as you are replying, I'm gonna tell you like how I feel like 2021 was for me. I believe that for me, it was hard with school, and with the COVID, it was school at home, but I hope it will be better that next year. Yeah, school from home is hard unless you are used to it, because I think like most people, we are wired so that some places represent some stuff. Me, for example, when I'm home, I like to rest, I like to watch TV, I like to do nothing. And outside, I like to be active. Even if I work from home, I still know how to chill from home as well. When I'm outside, I'm a different person. And when I'm in another country, it's even worse. I'm just moving, doing things, meeting people, etc., etc. You see what I mean? So for a lot of people, staying at home and trying to do what you do in another setting is a very hard adaptation for some people. And most people, they like to put one thing in one place. Sans commentaire, deuxième bureau. I saw that one. Wait. So she's downloading videos instead of coming and say hi. Ah, Dalia, vraiment. Tu vois, quand les gens deviennent connus, quand ils commencent à avoir plein de followers, on oublie tout le monde. Ah! Y a pas de problème. Faites les choses. About what you said, Julie, you have to always believe. And you know, I really believe that for a lot of people, listen, there's a lot of things we can control and they can make our year horrible. That is a true certainty. But then the way you react to the things that are going on, the way that you just stay like, you stay in a ball and you're like, oh my God, it's horrible, and you don't do nothing, would make the thing that is thrown at you by life way more horrible, than if you were somebody who things happen, but you keep it moving. You don't stay, you keep doing your work, you keep going through whatever is your goal. And this is what something I always say is the more important is to always see forward. If you see forward and you look in the horizon and not at what's going on right now, even if what is going on right now is beating you up, you will still have this resilience and this possibility of making things happen while things are happening. To give you an example, unless I'm sick and like sick in a way where I can't stand and I'm really like, I really need to be in my bed, or I'm traveling and I can't produce this show, I took a commitment 2 years ago, almost, or maybe 2 years ago already, to be live twice a week. And I'm going to talk about me after, but it's just to tell you that whenever I come here, nobody has an idea that how was my day. My day could be horrible. My day could be great. I could have a stressful day with my baby girl, or I could have something with my son that I had something to fix about him, his teeth, something, whatever, paying something that I need to pay for his education, and it cost me an arm, and it's stressful because I wanted to do something else with that money, or maybe fight with my wife, or people talking bad about me, or whatever, stuff that can affect you if you pay attention to them, right? Or somebody just died, or somebody's sick in my family, and I'm stressed about it. But still, midnight and 30, I'm here, and I'm not here because of this episode. I can always miss an episode, but I'm here because in my head I'm building something for the future. And I want to arrive to episode 1000 of this show and be like, yo, I have 1,000 episodes. So even episode 500, and be like, yo, this is episode 500. And look back and be like, wow, look what I built and what it generated for me, etc., etc. But I'm going to talk about me after that. But it was just to give you an idea of to me, something that is very important is really how you take stuff. And something I learned from philosophy is that stoicism, which is a way of being where when things happen to you, you try to react only after thinking about it. Like a lot of times things happen and the first thing that happen is stress, anxiety, anger, happiness, whatever. But if in between the two, you put a buffer of thinking, of analyzing the things that are happening, then a loss is not a loss anymore. A loss becomes a lesson way quicker than it's a loss. And a victory becomes an achievement, and it becomes also a pattern of something that you can learn to how you arrive there, so you can recreate it, and it's not something that is random, because you are not like, no, you're like, oh, yeah, cool, okay, next phase. Like some people, they turn victories into losses because they don't think, because they are very emotional. And my wife always said that I'm a robot. I'm somebody that just don't feel nothing. It's not true. I feel a lot of things, but I learned with the years how to interiorize things and just try to deconstruct why something is happening and why something is not happening, and what I can do about it and what I can control about it. And this is where you learn that the things that you cannot control, yeah, listen, there's no being frustrated about the things you can't control will take you nowhere other than in stress. And stress is not good for health. I find this year half and half, because a lot of people have passed away. And as for me, it was great to see my dad that I haven't seen since he moved to Cape Verde. Wow. Amazing, yeah. 6 years, that's a long time. So I can imagine how it feels. Beautiful. It's lovely that you saw your dad. And yeah, half is a good way of seeing the year, I would say.